20 years ago, I was on the Community Relations Advisory Council as a representative for the Sheriff's Office when this issue came up. It was at that time they were asking for numbers of diversity within fire rescue. And after being told the numbers, we were alarmed. And it was at that time that Jack Myers was the commissioners, he was the representative on the board, who was very instrumental in talking with the county manager and the other commissioners to get this program started.
When they looked at fire rescue, diversity was the issue. They had only 239 people, I think, at the time, and a half of African American male, no Hispanic males, no Asian males, no Asian females, none. So at that meeting, Commissioner Jack Myers felt like it was a problem.
Well, I was the liaison for the county commission at the time, and when you looked around and you saw the firefighters back then, there wasn't any diversity at all. Well, I brought it up, and I'd heard about it at a Florida Association of Counties meeting and brought it up, and then went to the county manager and finance and got it line item in the budget, and of course took the rest of the commission or a majority to approve it, and they did, and that's how it started.
So I was tasked to find out a solution because I was always saying we can't find people. Ms. Mike Duffy was newly back here from a long hiatus of her career, and she shared that it's always a way to find a solution.
CRA looked to see how it could carry out its duty of advising the BOCC as to how to make the county a better place for all of its citizens to live, and also as to how to address some of the concerns that have been brought to the CRA's attention by members of the community. The program turned out to be the way that we felt that we could make our best contribution. And so that's what we proceeded to do.
During the early stages, because I was kind of the fire department representative, and HR and Sharon Mathis, who was probably the impetus of the whole thing. What a fantastic job she did with this, but she didn't speak fire. And since this was a fire department project or a goal, a target was the fire department and fire rescue division. So that she needed assistance, to make sure that they get to this class, make sure that this happens, those things like that. And we had to make sure that those that all the objectives were met and that the students had the best possible chance of successful completion.
So we found the program similar in Alachua. And on that Alachua trip, we learned that they paid people to go to school. And while they were in school, they had someone like a coordinator to oversee them, to mentor them, make them ready for a fire rescue program. So I brought that back. We brought it back, and we implemented it. And County Manager Mike Herr at that time presented it before the board. The Board of County Commissioners unanimously voted it in, and at that time we only had 4 slots, and they were for firefighter. And at that time, Polk County Fire Rescue was separate. We had the EMT side and we had the fire side. So it became combined after a couple of years on the EMT side, and we had 4 EMTs and 4 firefighters.
During its inception, I was young. I believe I was an engineer paramedic when that new program came in, so didn't really know too much about it, wasn't real involved at the beginning. And then as I promoted to company officer, when the PDRTP recruits would come out and pass go to the EMT school and then get their firefighter, then they would be stationed. It was paramount that I could teach them what this profession means to me and a lot of people in the world. Like I said, it's an honor profession. Teach them the expectations of the profession, my expectations, the expectations of Polk County Fire Rescue, and then the county's expectations. So once I got into the company officer, I was able to work hand in hand with them.
We started advertising out in the neighborhoods, such as non-traditional recruiting. Beauty shops, grocery stores, churches, community centers. We only got 5 applicants. After that, we said, well, that's not working. We're going to have to do more aggressive recruiting. So those people, as we went along, we had more people to be put in parades, go to heritage days, colleges. We even got some of them out of colleges, and we brought them back home to Polk County, which people wanted to have their own grown. That's why it's only for Polk County residents. And after that, it grew that we became competitive. We started doing what we call an orientation of the program. We went from maybe having 10 people in there at the time to the last one we had over 70 people for 4 positions.
But I was at a crossroads in my life whenever I stumbled upon the program. I was getting ready to get divorced. I was a young father and didn't know what I was going to do. And happened to be driving in my parents' car. I didn't have my own car at the time. I was driving in my parents' car, and the county had an advertisement for the program on the gospel station. And my dad didn't like to turn in his radio, so I kept listening to it, and I heard it. And then I tried to write the number down, so I didn't get a chance to. So I had to hit a block, like go drive around again, hoping that it will advertising again. I was able to catch it. Now I had to write the number down on this little small piece of cardboard that my dad had in his car, and I called the number, and the rest is history.
So in 2013, I was hired to be one of the recruits, and then I graduated the program in 2014 with my EMT, and then came back for fire. So I was initially a recruit myself, and then now I am the program coordinator. One of my best memories, though, I would have to say, is the Martin Luther King Parade. I would say that really impacted me because we went into a very underrepresented area in Lakeland, and I saw the little children looking at me, and that was it.
Whenever Ms. Mathis was over it, she would call me and ask me to do certain things to help out with the program, maybe talk to some of the younger or the new recruits. But I was the first guy through the program. There was 4 of us that started. And unfortunately, the other 3 guys, they weren't able to complete the program. So I'm the last one from my group, and the first guy to finish it, complete the whole program. So
when I became part of this, I had brothers and sisters that I never had before. Some of my funniest memories are being in the classroom, learning together, kind of joking around all the time, and honestly, I still keep in contact with every single recruit that was in my class.
I'll never forget, it was 2015, and I received a call from one of the graduates of our program, and she happened to be an African-American female, and she called and introduced herself to me over the phone. I had no idea who she was, but she called to tell me that she had just completed her requirements for the program, and that she would be beginning her service with Polk County as a member of the Fire Rescue program. And she told me she was so grateful to Polk County and to the program for providing this opportunity to her. She had never anticipated that she would have the opportunity to become a firefighter. The other thing that she said that really touched me was that she was looking forward to the opportunity to give back to her county, which had done so much for her. And so I thought, well, this is exactly what we hoped for. And so here she was in 2015 calling me to tell me that she had completed the program and she was going to be hitting the ground running, and she was looking forward to serving the public, and we knew that she was well qualified because we deliberately built into the program every qualification standard. We coordinated with the state and the county and with, we talked to other departments, and we made sure that we were building a gold standard program. So we knew she was ready. And so that just really made my whole year. 2015 was a banner year.
Currently, it is a competitive process because who pays you $15.76 to go to school on a 40-hour work week, and all you have to do is study and pass? Now, do we have challenges? Yes, we do. We're taking people that has never taken college classes. We're taking people who have never been in a professional environment. We're taking people who don't understand military, because we're paramilitary. They don't understand that. They're used to coming to work when they get ready, getting off when they get ready. That doesn't work. So I've been called a drill sergeant. And so I ran a strict program. And if you didn't make it, the first time, maybe you might fail out. You're not used to studying. So we have a second chance rule. So we give second chances. Most of the time, I don't think anybody on the second chance ever failed out.
For the past 8 years, I've been the deputy county manager over public safety, and I've had the responsibility of overseeing this program. And it is very rewarding because we're dealing with homegrown Polk Countyans, individuals who want to make a career, individuals who want to serve and protect and make a difference. And I've seen individuals start at the bottom and rise all the way up to become battalion chief. And so to me, that's the American dream, and it's a good program. So I have had the opportunity to see the growth, the healthiness of fire rescue because of this program, and so it means a great deal to me.
It benefits Polk County Fire Rescue because I believe they find leaders out in areas that are underrepresented. Those people are very strong. They just sometimes don't have the opportunity to go to school because maybe they're working 3 jobs, maybe they're a single parent, maybe they can't afford an education. So what this program does is it finds people that wouldn't have the opportunity, and they do all those things for them while giving them benefits as well.
It's threefold. One, on an individual basis, I really think the program now allows individuals, young men, young women, an opportunity that they would not likely have had otherwise. From the community and the organizational perspective, I think that having that kind of diverse, rich environment allows us as an organization to be seen by our community as having some richness to our culture and our diversity. We look and feel much like the community that we serve, and the community sees that. So I think the individual benefits because they have an opportunity that they may not normally have. And secondly, we as an organization become a richer organization culturally for that, and the community sees that. So that's what I think really is part of the benefit of the program.
For the community, it's an opportunity for individuals to really join a profession that's time-tested and true. It's an honorable profession. And if it's something that they thought about doing, this gives them that opportunity that might maybe never really thought about it. It gives them that exposure to that. And it really ensures that we're a diverse, it helps with our diversity. As Polk County, we're almost 2,200 square miles. Diverse culture, diverse population.
I think it's extremely important to diversify the fire department and bring women and different cultures and minorities into the department. So it means a lot to the community because that's important to be able to run these calls. You should have all different types of personnel, and to have something like this in the community is very, very important and impactful.
We have good people managing the program. We have students who have the right attitude. We have program managers who have the right attitude, and they're leading the charge. My job, my primary responsibility to the program is to see that funding is continued to be set aside to support the program. And probably the biggest piece of my responsibility is to be the outward visible cheerleader for the program. The program is functioning and is successful, and I'm able to advocate for continued funding and community support by way of elected officials. That's my involvement.
My vision is to continue on with the trajectory that it was on at before. I want to definitely bring new ideas and see where we end up with it. Definitely going more hand in hand with the fire department, because that's where they will end up. But becoming a team completely all around.
You got to want it. And it is paramilitary. You got to learn how to follow orders. You get a lot of young men, especially I did, that ran their mother, but I had to learn them know that they don't run me and they don't run the program. So be stern, but be a way that you're able to help them to grow and mature.
You want to make yourself promotable, employable, those things like that, and it is a fantastic program and a fantastic opportunity for anyone who is qualified and can take advantage of it.
We don't get in this profession for the money. We get in this profession because we want to help people. We want to serve people. And we want to be honest, ethical, and moral. The public expects us to do that. The administration expects us to do that. The county manager's office expects that to occur, as does the commissioners. And so if you're not in the business of serving and protecting, don't get in this business.
And that would be an optimistic individual. We don't need pessimistic. And somebody that's coachable and honorable and wants to do this job and do it well. I mean, this is a time-true profession, and it is a profession. Enjoy serving others and have the aptitude to put others above yourself. That's the ideal candidate for me.
Continue to aspire to be the very best. Continue to volunteer to serve. Continue to want to be that first responder, that pillar of the community, that one we all rely upon, the ones that we trust to come into our homes and help us when we are most vulnerable. That's what we have now. That's what we want to keep. That's what we think our program is all about.
Take every opportunity that the county or the program will give you. If it's promotion, if it's classes, if it's get all your classes out. I mean, they have county puts on free classes. Take those opportunities. Don't be complacent with, just getting your foot in the door. Take every opportunity that there is.
There's a term in the military, some of you all who've served in the military, Bravo Zulu. And it really just means keep going, you've done good, Bravo Zulu.
Let's get to work.